that will come again. That's where all the magic is now. It's in the what they call the underworld, and they don't have access to that. That's the world that, like I said, the stuff that I deal with and stuff like that. I just see it. I mean, it's don't you know that they got foods? I taste some of this stuff. Don't you know they said the Africans had recipes by the thousands that's been forgotten. We haven't even tasted some of the ancient food in 1,000 years. So no matter all the food we got around the world, there's some good tasting stuff. They said that they had recipes of stuff that tastes like, it probably give you the same effect of what this crack cocaine or something is giving motherfuckers in the ecstasy and stuff. And all this stuff is forgotten. You see what I'm saying? So they got food that we haven't even tasted. You see what I'm saying? That the recipes are forgotten.
But that's alcohol. Yeah.
All that's out. And the Spirit let me taste some of this stuff one night because I thought about it and I was like, man, it's unbelievable. I just had a glimpse of it. So yeah, it was much more advanced. Much more advanced. But he wants you to think that everything is the same doggone way. Hell, this fool here, even with the little technology he got, he don't put the stuff that he knows out to the public. They got stuff that they have stumbled across. You know, they had cars that run off water in the 1940s.
Saying that, like the Kabbalists, the Illuminati, those that do practice the magic, they still don't have access to that.
No, they don't have access to the ultimate thing. And what the stuff that they was getting was literally minute. That's why it was all in Africa for most of the 20th century, trying to find the real magic. Whatever they had was only fragments. Mostly they ruled by military might and exploitation.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Set.
Just like Richard Pryor said on that Bicentennial Nigger album, we celebrating 200 years of white folks kicking ass. So that particular concept, is it was most of the military might. Most of the stuff is they was trying to get major breakthroughs. And they've had some types of things and all, they try to get major breakthroughs and stuff. But the real deal stuff, the stuff that the ancients, it's just only a fragment away from us. And the only thing you got to do, you don't even have to do a whole lot of technical stuff. Only thing you got to do is recognize it exists and demand the stuff to come about. You see what I'm saying? Demand the stuff to come about and stuff. And that's how close we are with this thing now. And I mean, like I said, I could be doing more and stuff. I could be doing more, even just with myself, if I just wasn't on this ultimate ecstasy of leisure. My ass and do nothing and stuff like that, and stuff, it's because that's addictive, just doing nothing and all. Yeah. But I know it's a pristine and lofty height. You see what I'm saying? And now I get, and so in so many words, like I say, I get the black man around the liquor stuff. I get the ones that sit around, I don't know what it is. Every city you go to, there's some stump or some kind of place where some niggas sitting down somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's cold, they burning, they got a bonfire going.
Yeah.
But I get the concept of, this is an illusion, so why not do nothing? You see, and it can be that reality if you just eliminate just half the stuff that you be wanting. That's still the other thing. You know what I'm saying? Half the stuff you be wanting and stuff. And I'm on that thing. I just got my gas turned on since they cut off in June. I got my gas turned on Tuesday because it got a little too cold. You see what I'm saying? It just got a little too cold. And so them little space heaters and shit, that's cool in the room, but when you walk out in the hallway, But I'm just saying that particular concept of that now, But like take for instance, I turned the gas on, and for some reason the hot water heater went off the other night. So this morning I still had to take a cold shower. You know what I'm saying? Now I got used to it all, because it's a science to it. Even in the summer, cold showers, you got to put one shoulder in and let it warm up, then the other's a science.
Yeah. You can't just get it.
And you can do it and all. So I got used to that all summer, but now when it's cold, that's a whole other thing. You see, because it was hot, and stuff. So, but I still had to take one because I gotta like the hot water heater. My point here is I'm living on the minimal level. You see what I'm saying? You see, on that particular level and stuff. You see, I'm living on that particular edge. You know, on that particular edge and stuff like that. And that's the concept here and all, you know, and stuff. So I'm nigger rigging all kinds of shit. You know. And I become creative just to live. Just to live and stuff, you know. You know. Just to live and all, you know what I'm saying, you know, and all, and hell, I take my clothes, take them to my brother's house, he wash my clothes, they come back all, in the washing machine, come back all spotted. I'm like, damn, I could have done better in the bathroom. I get my clothes cleaner by washing them by hand than you do putting them in the doggone washing machine. Just depends on, but you see, we done gave up so much based on convenience. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying it's just, you know, it's just a matter, you know, so it's just a matter of how you function. It's a trip. But I'm just saying that the stuff is at hand. But you got to stop thinking like you're human though too. There's things that you can do and all, but you just you know, you got to stop thinking like a doggone human. You know. All, I mean, it's any kind of thing. I mean, you know, you do. I mean, I do believe right now that if I kill somebody, the people will probably get a phone call saying, you know, we send our condolences, but ain't nothing we can do about this nigga right here. Because they know they can't mess with a certain amount of people if you dealing with your own stuff. You see what I'm saying? Plus, you know, if I get to the point I gotta kill somebody and all, they must have was something, they must have was mighty messed up. You know, but you know. But I'm just saying, you know, we all the stuff is actually back, but the concept here is we can't be, we limit ourselves by thinking on what we think exists. And so the possibilities on really getting ourselves out of that, we put that aside. No, we got to do this. It's got to be this way. I'm so sick of, you know, oh, we got to get some land, and we got to get some, now come on now, let's be rational. Who the hell gonna move on the land with a whole bunch of damn niggas? Are you out your mind? I ain't moving on no land, planting no corn, kind of stuff. None of y'all black folks. I'm being logical about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm being spiritual about it. You see, I ain't going back to no plowing, no hunting and gathering and all that kind of stuff here. You see what I'm saying? But I'm looking at this thing on a whole other level. I'm gonna be right now, I'm on such a spiritual level I'm one of the few people living, I don't even like nature. I don't like no trees, I don't like no grass. I don't like none of that stuff. I don't even like nature. No babbling brooks, none of that. Because I'm going beyond that too. I'm not even captivated by that. Why? Because number one, I tapped into my soul and I know I done been out here for thousands of years. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. You know? So I'm going to that's not enough. That's not even, you know, that's not even fascinating me. So everybody trying to get the big house and the love. One brother like, yeah man, I want to move in a log cabin. I'm like, nigga, you must be out your damn mind. A log cabin. I said, if I did, you best believe I'm going to have parties up in there every day. You know. But I'm just saying, what I'm trying to say here is also, it might seem like jokes, but what I'm trying to say here is, you got to you shouldn't even think, if you feel comfortable even in thinking on a high level of thinking right, you shouldn't be comfortable with that. If stuff start to add up, you should get mad at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know how we can just get into, what we think black people need to be doing and just the, just the dollars and cents. By just looking at black people's faults about what they don't do and because you would say you would do it different, that should be good enough. No, we should be thinking on even a whole nother level and stuff. Because that's what we did when we was creating. When them niggas created that blues, or when they created, like Duke Ellington say, when we creating this stuff, it's never been done before. That's what creation is. Creative physics. You're doing something that's never been done before. Not imitating somebody, but see, when somebody done took you to a low level, then any kind of heightened thing coming back is good. And so that's what the white man is doing. He has put the whole planet on such a low level until even the crumbs look like civilization to us. You know what I'm saying? That's when somebody say, you know, what would Egypt be like if it hadn't stopped itself or it hadn't deteriorated? So my point is, he's leveled the whole planet until now what we think is great, you understand what I'm saying, is the sub-level of the lowest levels. You see, and we only create when it's haphazard. Meanwhile, this whole thing with the blues that they was doing, they're doing a whole 7-part series on the blues.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, people fail to understand. They are celebrating the same people that run them goddamn liquor stores.
That's right.
That you are trying to get away from. They are celebrating that as the spark of civilization in the modern era. Them same damn niggas out there picking a guitar.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Can hardly talk.
Can hardly talk. One guy said, I'm blind because I've been drinking canned heat in my 20s. That's that sterno for, you know. Can hardly talk. They got subtitles on the bottom of this shit. You saw it?
Yeah. So you got to
These motherfuckers living in America.
Language they talking.
It's a whole other language. They got subtitles on the bottom of this damn thing.
But you understand.
So the point I'm trying to make here is that these people, and we don't get it, it's a ritual going on. They are celebrating on the highest level. In the night, the one tonight was how it had influenced all the people from Britain. That's the pinnacle of their society. And they celebrating this stuff, and these are the same people and stuff around here that we down here thinking that we supposed to rise up from. And they're saying that's the only thing that's been created on this planet. The creative force in the 20th century is some shit from some ignorant nigga. Because when you're ignorant, you don't know that you can't be great.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You don't know that you can't be great. You see? So that's the concept. You know, that's the concept. You know. But then again, on the other hand, it still goes back to that same thing, you know. The same thing, and see, even now we're getting caught because we're looking back in the past and we're trying to imitate them, or the Egyptians, or the whatever type thing here and all, you see what I'm saying? And I understand we got to look at our models, don't get me wrong, and stuff, our models and stuff, but what we're talking about here, man, is on a whole nother level, a whole nother thought plane. You know, just doing some stuff that's just spontaneous, you know, and we've seen this in our lifetime. This stuff is just not starting to die out.
Yeah.
You see, just not starting. I have met some amazing niggas in my life that didn't have to go to no white people land or no cross town to do some stuff. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, the most amazing people I met before I got educated. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable stuff. You know what I'm saying? I had stories in college and the people were like, I know you're lying. I know you're lying. They said, you couldn't have gone. I'm like, look, I'm from a town where I've seen it all. These niggas will come up with something new. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's so ridiculous till it's sublime.
It's genius.
It's genius. You know, like one nigga get cut up. He go to the doctors. They stitch him back up. He tell them, don't put up your tools, because I guarantee you, about an hour, another nigga gonna be on this table. Now, an hour later, another nigga came up in there with 5 bullets up in his ass. He didn't even die. This nigga got sold up, went out there and shot him, and the nigga was running, was shooting him. You know what I'm saying? Told him. And this was late. This was like 78. Nigga say, look, don't put up your tools. I'll guarantee you 1 hour. He said, just give me 1 hour. And went, and an hour later, that nigga was rolling up in there. That's some creativity. I'm just saying, unbelievable stuff. And I mean, the stuff would go on in this little town every day. I remember I was going to Atlanta. And I came from South Carolina, went down to Mullins. And there was a woman, she said, I'm leaving this place. I've been down here 2 years. She said, I done lived in France, Africa, Germany. She thought I lived all over the world. And I ain't never seen no people like I seen in this little small town. I mean, just unbelievable stuff. Like I tell my mama, who on crack? She said, no, man. It ain't who on crack, it's who ain't on crack. Who ain't on crack, nigga? My mama's 66 and she got niggas her age. How you got niggas that went to school with you? She's 66 and she got niggas her age on crack. How the live to be? They had to be in their 50s or their 40s, but in their 50s when crack was made. Because this is the 10-year anniversary of crack cocaine. You see, we didn't know about it until Lenny Bias, which was 1986 when he died from the Boston Celtics, and he fell out and died when he took a...
He was still in college.
No, he was in college. He never even took the stuff. What he was is that he just went and was at a place and took a sip on a pipe and bust his heart. And that's what we learned about crack cocaine, 1986.
It was his celebration party because he had just got drafted.
He just got drafted.
I thought he and his boys wouldn't got an astronomical
No, this was crack. I remember this was crack. Yep.
Crack. That's
And
when
that's
they
when
found
crack-
out about
Yep.
That's when America found out it was introduced 3 years earlier, 1983.
So it's 20 years.
Wasn't it like to popularize it now suddenly?
Yeah, right.
The big story did it.
You see, so yeah. So I'm just trying, but how a nigga damn 60, damn near 4 years from 70 get on crack cocaine? That right there lets you know there's got to be some creative shit. You know, in an anomaly of things happening, certain things just wouldn't happen.
Right.
You got niggas 66 years old on crack cocaine. You know, it's amazing. As a matter of fact, I think I got a cousin. My mama was saying, you ain't gonna believe this. See, that nigga is damn near 1 year from 70. And somehow that nigga got on some rocks. Just unbelievable stuff, man. And the government look at these people and they know that these people are actually gods. And they have to hold these people down. So what we see in the deterioration part is the government focusing on trying to shut down some people that is in actuality would be on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
You would be on a whole nother level, Just unbelievable stuff, I just can't even imagine. I mean, some of this stuff, I wish I should have wrote down these stories. But when I was in college, I would tell these people these stories about my town, and the people would think I was lying. My mama said when she was in school, people wanted to come down to the town because they said, we always heard about this place. One thing about it was this here. They had a white man that owned the town. He owned the black section where all the black people lived. And in the 70s, because he owned the town, they could sell all the marijuana they wanted because this white man owned the town. And so therefore, he told the cops because he owned the police.
Yeah.
And so you could just stand out there and all. And I remember when I went to school, they said, that's that dope town. And it was interesting because it's funny because he left all his stuff. He got a little old and he left all his stuff to his daughter. And the first thing the daughter did is went and called in the South Carolina law enforcement and they busted the place. You see, and once they busted it in 1981, I remember the town died. Once they came and they busted the dope thing, it was just everybody can come around because they know they can come to Mullins and you can buy all the dope you want and you never the police never mess with you. And it created a micro economy. And they busted it in 81 and the whole town died. It's almost like a ghost town now. You see, almost like a ghost town. But it was stuff like that even when my mother was growing up. So what we did, we got a channel and come to find out that a part of that area, South Carolina, parts of Florida, and stuff like that and all, is leftover pieces of Atlantis. Because when you connect all that stuff together, the United States and all, because Florida got a Nile River that runs upstream just like the Nile in just like the Nile in Africa. They got one in Jacksonville, Florida. They got the same on the west coast of the world. They got the same on Nile River. Everybody think it was Mississippi, but it's the one that runs upstream like the Nile in Africa, in Egypt, is the St. John's River, Jacksonville, Florida. And they go down and they purposely pollute the river. The government. They pollute the river because they know the black people around there will raise up. And I went down there for the first time, and they said, when you go down there, your Kundalini energy, that's my Kundalini energy first rose. That was in 94. They said, when you go down there, one guy said, when you go down there, you're going to rise. And I got down there near that river, and I was laying in the bed, and my stuff started rising. And they would dump stuff in the river, but then the river started, in 94, the river started getting this algae on it, and started cleaning itself. You see, it started cleaning itself, yeah. So they would do all kinds of things, but it's just amazing, the amount of, just the talent. Come to find out, they killed Minnie Riperton, because she had
that pitch.
that pitch high octave voice.
And they said she died of cancer.
Yeah. She had licked the cancer and had gotten an award from President Carter, and ended up dying again in 76. And 3 years later she died. They killed her because she had that octave, what you call it? You hit them notes. I mean, her stuff was so until it's silent.
Right.
Yeah.
And the only one that could come close was Mariah Carey later on and stuff. You see what I'm saying? But her stuff was like damn near go silent.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Yeah, so they took her out. You see, they killed her. A lot of the singers and stuff are musicians, and they kill a lot of them. Like take for instance like recorrecting stuff. You can channel stuff, and I'm talking about some of that what all that spirit world was saying. I was talking to Marvin Gaye about 2 weeks ago. He was like, he said, no, he said, they didn't kill, he said, my father didn't kill me, there was somebody else in the room. Now, when he said that, every now and then something in history will always happen to let you know that even in the physical world, he was telling the truth. Because when they burned up Betty Shabazz and blamed it on the grandson, she kept saying on her deathbed that it wasn't him, it was somebody else in the room.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
One of grandson.
Yeah. You see.
How is he living out his life now?
We don't know, because that's the thing.
They
See,
keep in a
it's
silence.
amazing how they can take some people and you don't know nothing about no trial or nothing. They just get rid of them. And nobody asks no questions. Whatever happened to Malcolm X for that grandson who burned up Betty Shabazz? No trial, no nothing.
I often wonder about that.
You see what I'm saying? Whatever happened to him? You see? We need to ask these questions why none of the Kane children ever got married.
Yes.
And never had children.
Never got married and had children. Yep.
No.
Nope, not
And
one.
you need to ask these questions why Malcolm X daughters, none of them got married, and the only one that had the child burned up Betty Shabazz.
What's your
Oh, didn't want them to bring back none of them ancestors.
Because what it is this here, it's the whole Osiris Horus thing. The heir will come and avenge the father. That's the cornerstone of either martial arts films. It comes from the ancient mythology. That is the cornerstone of mythology. So although his children was already born and stuff like that, for some reason, they know in a certain generation that they couldn't have children.
So you said that they actually, in some ways, prevented them from doing that?
No, they tell them, they got them, see these Negroes is punks.
Yep.
They go to them, they step to them and say, look, this is the way this thing going down. You can't have you can't never get married. They give them wealth, money, and all of this. But but they can't never get married. You see what I'm saying? I mean, hell, you got 4 children. At least one somebody gonna fall off the wagon and do something.
That's like Coretta Scott King is giving this.
Yeah, they just gave her a condo. It's in the paper. It was in the paper. It was in the paper. They just gave her a condo, and they paying for it. Lifetime paying for it. It's in one of these rich in Buckhead area and stuff like that. They paying for it.
The donor is anonymous.
But the donor is anonymous. Yeah, right. You see what I'm saying? That her job was to become the professional widow. That's what her thing was about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, dog.
Carried it out well, didn't
You see? Yep.
And
Well, that was her
have you
job.
noticed how they're like trying to, how can I put it? I want to say immortalize them. They got her with the same look. She hasn't changed her look. She
Yes,
hasn't changed
she
her
got the
makeup.
same crying look
Yep.
like she did at the funeral.
Every time
Everything
you
you
see
look
her,
at, got that.
she still got that
Same
press,
hairstyle,
super press
She
hair.
hadn't aged, hasn't aged.
But them children, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? None of them children, you know, none of them married. And stuff. And the baby boy and the older sister, they in Hollywood now. They going to get in the movies.
Oldest daughter is.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, you know. But then Malcolm's children, none of them had children except that one girl.
She just had the one.
And she had that one boy. And they had to kill that heir.
They figured that so they go to them and tell them they cannot bear children,
Yeah,
they
that's
cannot
right.
marry?
That's right.
Well, why can't, if they decide that, then it would be taken out?
That's
what
right.
you're saying.
Yep. Kill your mama, kill everybody. Yep. They got Oprah under that same deal. You can't get married. Oprah's under the same format.
So what's supposed to happen
She's
to
so
her
rich.
if she has no children?
Huh?
What's supposed to become of her widow?
Back to them.
Or whatever.
But what's the purpose of her not?
The whole concept here is to see, the concept here is you always got to show somebody as being abnormal. Now we'll try to understand this. She can have all the money in the world. You see what I'm saying? Now, we're not saying that you abnormal if you purposely make a decision that you don't want to get married. That's patriarchal for me to say that. But when you announce that you're going to get married and show your wedding dress on the TV show, and announce that you want to marry Stedman, who's gay,
Right. Right.
and can't seem to pull it off, that somehow kind of makes you look subhuman.
Right.
You got more money in the world than any black person, black woman. Or any black person. She's the richest out of the black race. Oprah.
Yeah.
And yet you can't seem to pull that off. You know how many niggas are married damn Oprah Winfrey? They would have married her when she was 400 pounds.
Yep. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Because out of all the races that like fat is where it's at, the black race is the numero uno on that shit. Shit, we ain't never discriminated on that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, but she's skinny now. You see what I'm saying? Now come on. You know what I'm saying? She's so rich she can find love. She ain't got to be no arrangement shit. Yeah, I love you, honey. I'm just trying to say, come on now. But see, so it's subhuman to say, I want to get married. She announced it all of the 80s, late 80s and early 90s, and you can't get married.
Yeah.
So that's somehow, that's a form of your subject state, somehow not quite human.
Right. Ain't something
Yeah.
quite ain't
They
right.
can't have it all.
Yeah.
You see?
Money
Well, wouldn't that
and
also be a thing of showing a successful black family with money, and that's not the,
they
that's
don't,
not.
yeah, they don't want
As
that.
well
They don't
as you
want
can,
that.
and as well as also too, you can't have the most money in the world and have a husband too, because
Yep.
you can't bring this myth out that I don't need a nigga. You see, the whole concept here is I don't need the black man. Now, what's the concept here? Now they put out a registrar, the Jew boy. The Jew boy they got some Jews that own the club. Who's in the Ebony? They own the club in Chicago. And in 1980, and they put out a registrar, and they wanted all these black women to register to get these white boys. And they had 298. And the shit done grown to 40,000 strong. And they turning down black women. All the black women is trying to get these black men. These white men. Now you gotta sympathize with the black woman because they done locked niggas up. You see what I'm saying? So in her frustration, they got these white boys, you see what I'm saying? And it's a Jew boy, it's all government. You see what I'm saying? So it still got to seem like there are no brothers out here for you.
Yeah.
Look at Bringing Down the House, the movie with Queen
Oh,
Latifah.
All those
Oh,
movies.
God.
All those movies.
Man, let me tell you something. Now, here go a movie. They giving Ebony Essence and them gave this motherfucker an award. And this movie she put out had the most derogatory. They just took every derogatory image of a black woman and put it in one movie.
Yes.
Up against white folks, it was normal.
What movie was it?
Bringing Down the House.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You don't want to.
And then not only that, her black man goes to jail and he goes to jail and she marries some old caveman with his eyelashes grown together. White man in the movie.
Oh, no.
Yeah, in the movie.
In the movie, yeah.
And then she got one coming out that's worse than that. Now she's some crazy
No, in the
security
movie.
guard
Her
with gold
character
tooth,
in the movie.
messing up stuff. These niggas are sold out big time.
That's a sellout.
Well, at the beginning of that movie is the BP building, and that's the British pub. Didn't you say that was tied into the Illuminati?
Yeah, British Petroleum.
Yeah, headquarters.
All of that and all, and they got, it's just stereotype after stereotype. But black people so dead now till they don't even mind the shit.
But they think it's
I
fun.
mind.
Black people love it. Black people say, I was at Hollywood Video.
Yes.
And they came out with the stack of the previously viewed things, you can buy them. And they put out a stack of 15 of that Bringing Down the House when I was in there.
Yeah.
And them black people was running over there. When I left, there was only like 3 left. They were like, oh man, this is the greatest movie ever. You were savage, nigga. Did you see what they did? Yeah.
Yeah, they were also doing that same concept that you were describing with Oprah with another woman. I can't remember her name, but they try to claim that she is truly the first black millionaire, and they put this in Ebony. And she was the wife of the man who put together BET.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're like trying to flip it a little bit by saying she hits her $1 million mark by splitting from her husband. It was like shortly after the divorce, then all this wealth comes to her, and
it's always some type of thing. It can't be nothing holistic. You see, it's always something. You see what I'm saying? So you can have the money, but you can't get married.
right, you can't be married and have it.
You see what I'm saying? This kind of thing here. And so and just about all the ones in Hollywood now, it's got to be bisexual. The only two that I think out of all of them, the only ones who ain't who ain't slipped over was like Denzel.
Denzel Washington
And,
and Jackson. What's his name?
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah,
That's a brother.
but I'm just saying, but the thing about now, but on the other hand now, in order for Denzel to get the Academy Award,
He had to play it.
he had to get shot in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know Denzel got shot in his ass to get that.
In Trading Day.
Training
Day. I mean.
Ain't no leading man ever got shot in their booty. So Denzel had to do that to get that Academy Award.
What about that Academy that Haley Berry got? Angela
Bassett?
Bassett said in essence that she wanted an Academy Award too, but she wouldn't take the part.
The Monsters Ball part that Halle Berry got.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Most people start off taking off their clothes. Then when they get some esteem, they don't take off their clothes no more. She was in Hollywood for 10 years and didn't take off her clothes. As soon as she take off her clothes,
Porno. Straight out.
and that was special. And a hillbilly too.
That's right.
Killed her son in the movie and the damn husband.
Yep.
And she's throwing a hillbilly.
Yeah.
And executed the boy's father.
Man, that was.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I never saw it. Yeah, it was pathetic.
And killed a little
I
son.
don't like it at all.
And then they had to also make her the unfit and bad mother, how she would get frustrated with him because he had the eating disorder, and she would talk to him all nasty because of how he.
But I ain't never seen in a rated R movie somebody to do some porno stuff. I mean, she was really. I thought it was really good. She was shit.
At first he sodomized her. Remember when she turned around and looked back?
Do your own critique on it.
Sodomized her.
Yeah.
Do your own critique
Her
on
husband
it.
walked out. Her husband walked
You can
out
agree
of the
with him.
screening.
Well, they did.
Said he couldn't see it.
You saw
Said,
it?
that's what you want to find? I didn't watch it.
Eric Benet.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
walked out. He walked out.
Well, maybe that has something to do with his
Well, they-
difficulty there.
Who walked out, Urban then?
Yeah, they're not together anymore.
Yeah.
Well, they say it was him.
Yeah, so that whole, it's a lot of stuff, you know, but all,
They kept me away from that movie.
Yeah, I saw it, but then I didn't like it. You know, I saw it and it was disgusting. When he went down on her, you know, she put herself in a situation like a black woman. You know, they always think highly of themselves, you know?
well, the Underworld movie, if when you go see it, you just gotta understand what's going on. The Underworld movie, if you don't know what's going on, you probably missed the thing. It's a movie where the vampires and the werewolves at war.
Yeah.
Well, here it is in here now. The first thing you see is this werewolf running. And he's a black man, then he turns into a werewolf. Now, you know, the werewolf and the coyote, the wolf, is the Native American form of Anubis. So now here it is. Now in the movie, the werewolves were enslaved by the vampires for 600 years. You get where this thing is going? The vampires is living rich. And the vampires kill off most of the werewolves and don't think that the werewolves got enough technology or anything to even be worthy of even fighting them. See what I'm saying? So when you go see it and all, you're going to find out. But then but here it is they underestimate the werewolves, because the werewolves has got all the technology and all that, and they're breeding a super being who, at one time, there was both werewolves and vampires were together, and somehow it got a split. And so what it is, they bred this particular entity who got both werewolf and vampire. And he's a white boy in the movie, but when he turns into what he's supposed to turn into, he turns black. You see, so you can tell. So it's this whole thing based on the werewolf and the vampire. Now, what was amazing about it, when I called up in New York, one of the guys who went to see it was going crazy about it. He said because he was a 5% Muslim, and in one of their teachings, Elijah Muhammad said that the black man was the werewolf and the white man was the vampire. So, and that might sound crazy when Elijah Muhammad was saying it. In the symbology, but he said, and I read this I read this in the 70s in one of our teachers, the lesson enrollment, and he said, I'm seeing it in a movie now. With the Underworld thing. So, you know. That's the name of the movie, Underworld? The Underworld. You know, they did a combination of Blade as well as
to
The
me, it
Matrix.
was like Crow. Remember that movie, The Crow?
They did a lot of all that. It was made in England and stuff like that. No, so they did a combination of all that.
That movie where they killed Aaliyah was made in.
Yeah, all that was that was another one where she was the
Queen of the Dam
was the head of the vampire thing. So it's so much. It's so much. The one you need to check out is the Hulk.
The whole.
Oh, really? I didn't
Now
want
let
to
me
see
tell you about
that.
the Hulk.
I saw that.
Now,
Yeah.
if you go to see the Hulk and you got your eyes on the Hulk, you're gonna say this ain't nothing. The movie wasn't even about the Hulk. The Hulk was virtually, see, you gotta study these things and say, now, okay, this was a blockbuster. Why would they take the main character and make it a no-name actor? But yet his father is played by Nick Nolte.
Okay.
So that means when you watch the movie, you got to follow every time Nick Nolte is in the movie, even when he's a younger person. They got this younger guy, and the movie is about him taking genetics and making this super being through genetics. And at the end of the movie, they got him up, and then the Hulk done tore up the place, and everybody, you know, the action, because that's when they got you. He comes in, Nick Nolte, and he's sitting across from his son, and the son is looking at him, disgusting, like, what have you turned me into? Because he genetically engineered his son when his son was a baby. He turned into this Hulk. And he looking at him like this, and son about to cry, and he put his hand on the son shoulder, and the son says, get off of me. You know, you ain't my father, get off of me. And he comes and says, oh, I didn't come to see you. I came to see my real son inside of you.
You, right.
You're nothing but a frozen piece of consciousness.
It's a good movie. It's long.
And so then this is what he says. He said, come on, son, get this thing right. Join me. He said, because you don't look, he said, You don't understand. Now, they being on a military base, he said, look at them. Look at what they have done. They're going all over the doggone earth with their flags and their banners and their military might. He said, come on. We can stop all of this. He said, I'm talking about this thing that is in you is the most ancient of things was here before any religion, any pale religion was set down on the earth. So he was talking about the spirit inside of which produced the hope. It was bad. But you got to study, you got to follow what Nick Nolte said. In the movie they got it.
Some Asian guy
He tried
created that
a
movie
jellyfish
too.
and the experiment didn't work, and he got that lizard, which is that reptilian. That's that kundalini thing I'm talking about. And that's when the whole Hulk thing came. But it has to come through your anger. And that's one of the heart of the Shiva mythologies. You know, it's only when he gets mad that stuff start to happen.
Right.
The blasphemy of the gods. You see, it's like a clause. They run the house until you get 18. Then when 18 come on your 18th birthday, the house becomes yours. But they done got together when you were 17 and conspired that we don't want to give up the house. So we're not going to tell them about the damn clause. So they still running the damn house, and you got to be in at 12 o'clock when you're 19 because you still thinking it's their house, and you could be telling all of them to get the hell out your house. But it's somewhere with the gods on the same level. It's called the blasphemy of the gods. You got to turn against the gods because they got a game going. They've been serviced all these years, and they want you to still pay homage to them so that they can live. And if you are the gods now that's supposed to take this earth back, but you giving all your energy to these other deities. See what I'm saying? The ones I'm with, I'm with them, and I'm ruling their ass. And so that's when I started getting stuff. When I became in charge, I made up my mind to come in charge with this type thing. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, if I can get from the leisure level a couple of hours, I can make some shit happen. You know what I'm saying? I became one of them. It's kind of premature. I need to get some energy first from these niggas and stuff. Because I'm lounging like a mother. You know what I'm saying? Sleep and eat. That's the nigga creed. You see, so yeah, so that's, you know, it's amazing stuff and all. You gotta break the chain. There's some stuff that's going on. It's already here. It's already here. It came with Mars. It's in the movie Matrix. In order for him to get to the architect, they had to out in 27 blocks. Same thing happened here. They had that blackout. The shit is here. It slipped through on the blackout. And they ain't telling you they still having blackouts. London had two, and they had one in Australia last week or something. In Italy, they having it. They say their whole civilization is built on electricity. And when the electricity go out, the other world come through. There was a whole thing slipped through. And Mars was in the damn sky. It's on right now. We don't get into all that tomorrow. What's that?
Oh, yeah, I was agreeing with you.
So the whole, there's a lot of stuff going on here, and there's some things that's going down. The stuff is back. We just going on with our everyday lives, totally oblivious to it. And but the thing about it is we are monitoring dead black people, and they don't have nothing to do with it. One thing I realize now about what's going down, we saw two things happen. Last 10 years, we see a lot of black people come into consciousness.
Right.
But we also see black people deteriorate worse than we've ever seen. We've seen black people being locked up, killed, and things more than ever before. The Spirit said that they were having those particular ones to be sacrificed so that the sacrifice wouldn't come to us. So they preserved us by killing the dog on killing them niggas off, the dead folks. You remember before in the swing 30 years ago, the conscious people would be the ones dying. They were killing off the Black Panthers and killing off all of them and stuff like that. Then it's reversing all the people in the hood and everything else so that they can preserve this one little people. You see, meanwhile, it sets up a impossibility to the white man because he's done killed so many black people and locked them all up, so he figure them niggas can't do nothing. But he don't understand is,
World War.
we here.
World War.
See, we here. You see what I'm saying and all? So they had to be the decoy, and that's to make him arrogant. He don't think he can be toppled. So in the whole world, they had 2 million people march, white folks, march in England
Yeah.
against the war. And they go to the war.
Tony Blair's wife was
Yeah,
out
that was
front.
something.
That was just,
Tony Blair's wife was out front.
Right.
Was
Oh, yeah?
She was leading the march.
Right. 2 million
his own wife.
people
and then March.
in a march
This
against the war. That means the earth,
in England.
the international community, the UN, everybody spoke, say, no war. And they go to war anyway. That's how the arrogance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's the arrogance. Now they finish because they can't come out of it. They can't come out of it. This stuff is so deadly until if they get 4 soldiers home, it'll kill half the East Coast. The ones that's got this strain of this thing.
Are they naming it anything?
Huh?
Are they naming it? Our military.
Yes, they're naming it. Check this out.
I didn't tell you about it.
Guess what the word SARS means in Egypt? The word SARS means, in Egypt, one of the names for Osiris is SARS. Ain't that something? And the one that's called SARS is the god, the Osiris god that comes out of the desert called Sekka. In the desert. The desert Osiris is called SARS.
But, probably, and I noticed that everything, every virus that's out, they always take on an African name
Yes.
or the culture.
Yes.
It's just like the Nile.
Yeah.
You know, they taking that because the West Nile virus. We know where Nile is.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. And ain't nobody died, no mosquitoes, ain't nobody never died in the Nile Valley.
No,
West Nile. In the West Nile when this was
When they take those truck rides and spray the air.
Well, that's killing off people.
I know what it's for, but listen here. You don't even see any damn mosquitoes after the next day when the trucks are done.
Ain't that something?
Ain't no damn mosquitoes.
Come on, let's be honest now. Let's be honest now. Let's be honest. The sister here, Olivia, they love her to death. Every time she step outside, she get about 30 bites. She'd have been dead if Come on, if the mosquitoes was carrying the disease, we'd all be dead.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We'd all be dead.
And you know, I noticed too, and when all this is taking place, and I said, well, now I know I've been in Cleveland all of my life. Now we know that South Park is a beautiful area, and it's just a huge, I guess it's a pond.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So when they were coming out with that, I said, now you know, it's awful strange. They're not spraying in South Park. They're not spraying in Gates Mill. Now you got creeks and water just flowing. You know?
They were spraying.
I want to ask you another question. I want to ask you another question.
Spraying in the hood.
I want to ask you another question.
In the
Why?
hood.
It's not my mistake. Why? Check this out. Who did they blame for the blackout?
Cleveland.
So it's something spiritual with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you another thing too about the whole thing, about getting mad. Now, Dick Gregory came down and said there's a metaphysical thing happened with the black woman. He said there ain't no man on the top, they don't have no other human being on the earth, no other male in any other race on the earth that can ever say this particular word. That motherfucker cut my tires. They said if you take a grown man with a sharp machete, it's almost impossible to cut tires. But they said there's something in a black woman when she get mad. She can cut your damn tires with a butter knife. And everybody knows niggas will cut up some motherfucking
Say the universe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the key. But they say now here's a woman, she can get mad. Something in her. and cut up a nigga tires with a butter knife.
That's her anger that cut it, not the
That's what I'm
knife,
trying
it's the anger.
That's
Her energy coming out.
Yep.
And how many, I know niggas done cut, like I said, I'm from tire cutting and window bashing, sugar in the tank capital of the world. In Mullet, South Carolina, them girls learn that shit at an early age. You know what I'm saying? At an early age. You know what I'm saying? And call your wife's house. Good for that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But he was saying that's metaphysical. He said ain't nobody other race that said that's alien to us. A woman taking the thing and cutting off. Not in the black race. And she with a butter knife. And say, look, cut it off the rim. Okay. All right then. Huh?
What about Tupac?
What about happening to him? I'm gonna go into that. I'm gonna go into some of that tomorrow. And I talked to a lot of them about 2 weeks ago with the sister from California that went to the Mexican. We did the ritual, and then she started channeling, and the next day, and the shit is fluid. And I got there's some serious ones. You see what I'm saying? And Olivia's one of them because we talked to Hemmitt Till in February and stuff like that. You can call them down and stuff like that and all, you see, on a particular level. And was talking to Tupac and all, and it was interesting because he was saying that, that basically, it was so many words the government just took him on out. Because he was getting real big. He had gone to the movie thing and all that. We talked to Biggie. Now it was interesting here because there's different realms, there's different levels. We talked to Biggie, and Biggie was saying that that he was, he wasn't rapping about nothing. He started saying he wanted to rap about some stuff that was much more conscious, but he was big enough to make the switch, and he was getting ready to leave Puffy, and the people over Puffy had him killed, and he said Puff Daddy knows about these particular people and all, but they ain't saying that they benefited from his death because he blew up after that.
That's right.
That's right. But after we got through, he said, I'm sorry. I'm like, what you sorry about? He said, I'm sorry that I could have said more. He said, but I didn't know. He said, I could have said no, but I didn't never get the chance. So there's different levels and stuff. There's different levels. We call him Phyllis Hyman.
What she had to say?
And I said, how did, you know how you died? And she was on such a level, she didn't even know how she died. And Barry White came down and said, one of your guys you were seeing killed you. And she was like, Jeff. So there's different levels. And I'll take for instance, like we call on Jam Master Jay.
Okay.
He was like, who the hell calling everybody pulling on me talking to I said, fuck you nigga, we trying to find out who killed your black ass. Everybody put it on me. So when about 2 weeks later, last week when I called and stuff, he was like, hey man, how you doing? And I said, well, what happened? And somebody said, well, he didn't know who you were, and he didn't know what was going on and stuff. And they pulled his coattail like, hey man, this is some high level stuff here. And they were trying to find out about yourself and stuff like that and all, and stuff. So you find out that they're on different levels.
Is that because of the level of spiritual?
The level of consciousness.
Yeah.
It's the level of consciousness and stuff like that. No, the level of consciousness. Now, like I said, what's the name was on a high level of consciousness, believe it or not, because he was talking. Your boy Marvin Gaye was talking to him and stuff. He was like, yeah, he said that they took me out because I was introducing a certain amount of. He said I was gonna take that love music to another level. You gotta get the album. There's 2 albums. The last album from Motown, you can't get it on CD, and that's because the government won't put it out. And it's called In Our Own Times. It was the last one he did in 1982 for Motown.
Marvin Gaye?
Marvin Gaye. Then he got on Columbia. He said he was getting ready to do some love music was going to be off the hook. It's interesting here because there's an album called Romantically Yours. It's the last thing that they put out after he died. And it's unbelievable. The first album, he got the music like Nat King Cole, but he's singing in that doggone Marvin Gaye style. And the second album, he doing some other love stuff in the modern time, and it's unbelievable. He said, I was bringing this stuff to another level, and they couldn't have that. And they couldn't have it. So they got them on different levels and stuff. I talked to Bob Marley, talked to a bunch of them. Everybody we called down.
What did Bob say?
He said it wasn't even no cancer. They was just injecting him. He was just injecting him. But there's one thing I find, because there's one thing, the only thing is that most of them, like Tupac, he was like, I'm just chilling. He said, I don't even like to even deal with the earth. He said, because it's too painful. You know, like that, because they said that's how he was before he died. He was staying drunk all the time because he didn't like what he was seeing and stuff. But I talked to tons of people. I mean, and I'm gonna go into some of that. I'm gonna write them down and all, because I can recall what was said and all. But it's tons. But I'm just saying, there's different levels and stuff. There's different levels, because everybody told my ancestors, my grandmama was like, I can't even come up in your house. What's that?
Well, I know Tupac, it was last night, I was sitting in my room. They have, he has another album that he had not when he was alive.
Yeah.
Is coming out. They didn't say when, but I think Reese.
Well, he got a movie coming out too.
Yes, a movie, but this album said all of the songs.
But they made sure they put it out 7 years later.
Yeah.
See, they couldn't put it out in the impact. Hell, half the niggas dead. He talking about it on the movie. He trying to say it ain't like and stuff. So it's coming out. It's coming out too. But I'm talking about people was coming through. People was rushing through like Donny Hathaway came through.
What?
He was like, no. He said they killed me, pushed me right out the window.
What?
Were there any
They
words
wanted us to
of
believe he
wisdom
had
from any
jumped.
of the wise?
Well, it was yeah. Well, they all saying that the time is now. They're saying that they're waiting. They say it's getting ready to jump off. And so, like, take for instance, Philly P. Wayne used to be with the Spinners.
Yeah.
He came through, and he said he was sick. I'm like, what the hell you doing? He said, you ain't got no physical body. He said, it was something like his astral body. He said, it hit me in the head, and that caused my cardiac arrest. So I said, but there's different hierarchies. I said, so there was those goddess entities like Otis and Sheola, those one that came. I told them, why don't y'all come down and heal him? And they came down and started working on his head. He said, damn, I feel better already. That's been 20 years he's been suffering down there. So I told Phyllis, I said, I got a crush on you. I always had a crush on you. She was like, well, hey, maybe we can get together soon. And I said, Phyllis, this is what I'm talking about different levels. I said, Phyllis, if you knew what to do, we could get together tonight. You can come in here. She said, I don't know what to do. So I said, well, I called on this goddess named Lokea. I said, Lokea, can you teach her what to do?
All right.
I said, can you teach her what to do? They said, we working with her. I said, well, yeah, please speed that shit up. You know, so I'm just saying there's different, but like we called on none of them wanted to come back to Earth. Only one said they was coming back to Earth, but they wasn't coming back in the physical body. They said we're coming back as a muse, as that they can get in people and influence them. Jimi Hendrix said that he had been going for 30-something years, and 33 years, he said he's getting ready to come back as an energy. And stuff like that and all, you know. And he said it also too, yeah, the London Illuminati killed me and stuff like that. Just about everybody, and people you don't think that died a certain way was taken out.
All right.
Sam Cooke, naturally, he said the government took him out and stuff like that and all. And it was a list of them and stuff like that and all.
What about Left Eye?
She said they killed him. She said not only that, she had a lot of stuff she was going to start revealing on some memoirs she had. And a memoir she had. Nina Simone just said, it was time for her to roll. But she kept saying, you need to play more of my music, because that's one of the keys. The reason why Marvin is so hell, when you play their music and they go on, there gets a whole other spirit come.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? She was like, you need to play more of my music. And I'm like, yeah, I said, yeah, I will and stuff. Because see, if some stuff can affect you when they was living, what you think it can do once they become a spirit, become attached to it?